Alright, so let's get started. Enough of my little rant there. Although I really do believe in that stuff. And we're going to get started with our website just by opening up your browser. So I use Google and Google Chrome here. I find it works best. But if you're using Safari or Opera or Internet Explorer or Firefox, it will all work just the same. You'll be fine. And then come up to your browser bar and just type in HostGator. That's HOSTGATOR.com. I've been visiting the India site too because we're working with them. But we want HOSTGATOR.com and hit enter. Alright, and you're going to get taken to the new HostGator site. So really nice site here. I've been coming here for years. And alright, so the thing with hosting is there are so many options. Once you pick a web host, which is hard enough as is, there's different kinds of web hosting, like cloud hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller, VPS, dedicated servers, and you could really go any of these routes because they all have WordPress capabilities, and that's all we want. We just want to install WordPress. Now, WordPress has helped me work on a lot of different projects with different clients, and they say, oh, log into my web hosting at A4, or log into my hosting at MonsterPage, or at GreenWeb, or something like that. And then and those aren't real names, I'm just masking the names because I don't want to talk bad about companies. And then when I log into the web host, then they look really confusing. And HostGator, I know there's like a few buttons to get to WordPress, and that's pretty much it. So I wonder like why these companies are so outdated or confusing. And I see the prices on some of them, and they're like hundreds of dollars a month. And in our case, we can get a deal for $275 a month for hosting. And so I just really can't stress enough that all hosts aren't created equally. That's my lesson here for you guys. HostGator, on the other hand, I know is great because I've been with them for 8 years. I can explain any of their features to you at any time, and of course you get this live chat feature. And they're just always updating their software and their services to be the industry standard for web hosting. If you hadn't heard of them before this, it's because they are pretty low key. They know they're one of the biggest web hosts, and they don't really need to go hard with advertising or convince anyone because they know they're pretty great and pretty awesome as is. So that's a little bit about why I love HostGator. Now, to proceed with installing your WordPress software, you might think you need to click WordPress hosting, but that's actually a more advanced version, which just comes with extra features you don't need, costs a little bit more. And in fact, the cheapest way to install WordPress is just by clicking on web hosting and getting one of their basic shared plans, which is definitely what I recommend right here. It's the cheapest, most basic option that gets you the full version of WordPress. So let's do it. Let's click web hosting. All right, now you'll see the 3 bucket screen, which all of us HostGator customers are very familiar with. And this is going to ask you to choose either the business plan, the baby plan, or the hatchling plan. Personally, I currently started with the hatchling plan for my domain name honestcollege.com. It was a college advice blog. Then I upgraded to the baby plan when I wanted to start Dear Blogger and run all these demo sites and power all sorts of other WordPress sites and create an empire. And that is the main difference. Hatchling plan gives you all these amazing features like one-click WordPress, unmetered bandwidth, and all that. I know some web hosts charge for like bandwidth, which is crazy, or they only give you like 10 gigabytes of storage, which is also crazy. HostGator never does that. It's always unmetered, unlimited. And then the baby plan has everything Hatchling does, except for you can use unlimited domain names. You can make totally different WordPress websites with different domain names. Now that's really cool. It's cool to have a sister website or a sister blog, or to make a blog for your parents on Mother's Day or Father's Day or something like that, or make a blog for your college. And you might want to do that, but keep in mind you can always upgrade. Just click live chat. Tell them, hey, upgrade my plan to baby, and they'll upgrade it for you whenever you want. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. These are both really good choices. It's like choosing a small popcorn or a medium popcorn. If you get the medium, I mean, you're not going to be unhappy. You're probably going to eat that popcorn. But yeah, up to you. In our case right now, I'm just going to go with the cheapest possible option for you guys to install WordPress so you can pay the least amount anywhere on the web, you know, right now, here, today. And that's why we're going to choose Hatchling. All right, so, but it's the same process, and the same process going forward as we set up WordPress for all of these plans, exact same process. All right, so once you've made your selection, just come on and click this yellow button that says buy now. Next, it's time to either register a new domain or click I already own this domain. So if you already bought a domain name at GoDaddy or somewhere else, like you were in a hurry and you knew someone else was gonna take it, or you had a really cool idea, Then just enter in that domain name right here, and HostGator will set up your hosting and link it to this domain name, and you'll be able to install WordPress and it'll all work perfectly. If instead you need a new domain name, then you're gonna get a discount on it, which is cool. Just click register a new domain name, and you can go ahead and start a WordPress website with your new domain name. So that's pretty simple. That's all you need for step one. There's one more step, which is to choose the extension. So in our case, I always like getting the .com if we can. It's a really good idea. If you can't get the .com, go ahead and enter in a little more descriptive wording there and you'll probably be able to grab it. So that's cool. And then if you want to get one of the other ones like .online or something, there's nothing wrong. It's kind of cool to have that sometimes, like .online, .space. Maybe you can register like outer .space. You might be wondering, of course, whether or not these different extensions will affect your ranking in Google, and the answer is no. You can rank in Google with all these. It's all about what content you create and how many other websites mention you to determine how well you rank in Google, among a few other important things. However, the .com is most recognizable if you're out at a business party or an event and you say my website is WordPress World or something like that. They're usually going to assume it's the .com and they'll go ahead and look up the .com. Just a little bit more recognizable and therefore brandable. However, I've had a lot of success with the .org. The .net is great too. And also the .com will sell for the most money if you want to sell your domain name someday. So just keep all that in mind. Obviously here to help you pick the best domain name in the comments. So once you're set on that, just make sure you only have one domain name registered today. They're going to ask you to get the other domain names, but I don't think that's necessary. You might think that someone will register like all your other .org and your .net of your domain name, but that just doesn't happen usually. So keep those costs down. Just get one domain name for today is what I recommend. Then once you're done with that, you're going to come down and see that there's an add domain name privacy protection. In a similar light, I like unchecking that. This part just makes it so like when you register a domain name, people can't see your public information, like your email and your name and your address and stuff like that. I don't really mind that. I trust people not to misuse it, and I figure there's always like yellow pages if someone really wanted to do that. But it's up to you. That just will also decrease your costs even more, which is good if we uncheck that. All right, with our domain name entered, we're just going to come on down and choose our hosting plan in step 2. So we're going to select the plan we want. All right, Hatchling is definitely a great move, but Baby's pretty good too. Billing cycle, you can choose any amount you want really, and I'm going to show you a discount coupon that gets you a discount on this 1 month and this 3 month and 6 month and all of the other ones. So it's really up to you. As you can probably tell, the longer term period, or in other words, the more months you register up front, the lower your cost will be per month. So it's whatever your budget allows for. If you know you're going to use WordPress for like 3 or 5 years like I did, then 36 months is a pretty good guess, or even 12 months. I like that sweet spot because then you can really get a feel for blogging, learn how to make money. It took me about 11 months to generate my first $50 or so with blogging, and if I didn't give it that time, I never would have gotten the money or known what it's like to make a living online. So lesson learned for me at least. But in our case today, I think I want to just choose 1 month so that we pay the least amount up front. I don't know. I don't have a ton saved up right now, and I really just want to show you guys how to make this really cool website quickly. So we're going to pay the least amount today. Next, just pop in a username, so whatever you want to do there, and then security pin just has to be 4 digits. Super easy, and scroll down. And now for enter billing info, we just need to make our payment here. We're going to use credit card. We need to enter in our billing info like you would at Amazon, Netflix, wherever you shop online. Super easy. Next, just scroll down to additional services, and these are also things you can add on later on, like moving from Hatchling to Baby Plan or adding that domain privacy protection. And so we're just gonna remove them. And plus, like, I don't even know really what these things do, like SiteLock or professional email, which, by the way, I can show you how to make an email on your own without this, or backup. I don't know what they do. I'm one of those people who always like wants to know like what something does if I pay for it. And so I'd rather just like save that money to go on a cool vacation and blog about it instead. But up to you. So then we're gonna come down to step 5 and step 6, where you can review your order details. Right, but before you go ahead and pay whatever this amount is down here, which will vary based on like how long you get hosting for and if you get a domain name or not, just navigate over to where it says coupon code and delete whatever it says in there. And we're gonna write in a better coupon code, which is big bonus, just like that. All right, so I like doing the capital B and the capital B, but I think it's not case sensitive, so it'll work however you write it. And then click validate. All right, it should work. Okay, great. So it worked. That gets our discount down to that $11.46, which is really cool. It's really fun. Love seeing our costs go down, like when I'm at the supermarket or at the drugstore. I love seeing those numbers go down. And so yeah, we get our domain name here down from its original price to $5.99. Really cool. Hatchling for 1 month, which is down from $10.95 to $5.47. Really cool. And then our grand total, which is just $11.46. All right, you don't really have to look at the black and the green numbers here if you don't want to. Those kind of confuse me, but it's just this number plus this number equals this number. All right, and that is my coupon we created at Dear Blogger specifically for you guys. So if you use it, I'll get a little bit of credit from HostGator for referring you to their services. So that's just really awesome. It helps me keep making these videos and keeping everything free online. That's why I make like all sorts of free tutorials on how to do anything in WordPress, because, you know, hopefully like at least one of you guys per day will use my coupon and I'll get a little bit of credit from HostGator, and that keeps me going. All right, so again, I really appreciate it, and I'm definitely here to help. So we can review our order details one more time. We get the 24/7, 365 phone, live chat, email support free, account activation free, money back guarantee, 45 days. We get our domain, blah, 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 hatching plan, really cool. And our amount due is $11.46, which could fluctuate if you get a longer or, you know, different sort of hosting plan. That's totally fine. We're all ready to go ahead and sign up for web hosting. All you have to do now is just check this box, and we can just come on down and click checkout now, and we'll be all set. We can proceed and install your copy of WordPress. And of course, I'll show you how to do it. So let's do it.